All right, good morning, traders. Today is March 4th, 2025. Thank you for being here. Hey, thank you, everybody out there in digital land, podcast land, cyber land, everybody that finds the value in my content. Appreciate that. Love that. Love the kind comments. All right. Please don't stop. All right. Helps inspire me to keep going. All right. So my SPY pivot this morning, 590. 0.39, all right? Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five are in daily downtrends. All made outside day bearish engulfing candles, closing under bearish traps, underneath 17 EMAs. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute downtrend. Silver and gold both made higher lows and higher highs, closing inside bearish traps near their 17 EMAs. USO made a lower low and a lower high, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. UNG, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17. US dollar index still in a downtrend. Love that. Closed near 106.57 area. SPY max pain for today is 588. with a little over 3/4 of a put for each call that expires today at 4:15. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. Low volume, all right. Try refreshing, Jordo. All right, give it a little refresh, see if that works. I got it recorded. All right, anyways, all right, so you'll be able to see it on the backside. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right, first chart, SPY. Take a look at the 10-minute. Got ourselves a 10-minute downtrend. See the yellow 3 EMA underneath the white 8 EMA, underneath the falling 17 EMA. 17 is these red dots. 8 EMA is the white line. 3 EMA, of course, is the thin yellow line, which pretty much tracks the price candles right through there, okay? 10-minute downtrend going into the close. Look at the 2-hour. All right, on a 2-hour, we got 2-hour downtrend going into the close. On the daily chart, all right, let's take a look at the daily. Okay, we got an outside day. What's that? It's a higher high and a lower low. Closing down here, okay, close down here, red candle. Close under a bearish trap, under the falling 17 EMA. Okay, so we have ourselves, here's the low, here's the low. We made a lower low. See this low below the 17? All right, so we made a lower low. We're in a downtrend, okay, because we made a lower low. Okay, on the weekly chart, where will there be a battle? Probably right here. Okay, see this area right here, 575.81. Okay, there's probably going to be a battle right there. And, John, why is there going to be a battle there? Okay, because this is the weekly chart. At this point, if the bears bring price to make a lower low, all right, then that qualifies SPY in a weekly downtrend. Not just a daily downtrend, but now we'll have a weekly downtrend. So if the bulls are going to make a stand, all right, it should be right here. Not saying it's going to happen. We got a guy doing tariffs, all right, so anything could happen. But I'm just saying, if there's going to be a stand, this is where the wall is going to be right here. Okay, so and if we break below that, I see us coming down to 550. That's all there is to it. 550, and then down to this support area right here, right there. 564 first, and then heck, if you're at 564, why not just tag 550 right while you're there? Okay, so let's see what happens. That's where there's going to be a stand. It'll probably be a 1-2, maybe a 2-day stand. All right, at least, maybe, we'll see. All right, I'm sure they're going to try to spike it. All right, so this is that weekly downtrend. All right, that's the last line of defense to hold the weekly uptrend right there. All right, so there's SPY on the weekly chart. You get SPY 550, that's 10% from the high. Hey, that could happen. 550 is the big fat round number. I can see price pulling back to 550. All right, maybe a little bit lower. We'll see. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, but that'll be a weekly downtrend if they get below that. All right, so let's go take a look at the SPY game plan. All right, to do that, we have to go to the 15-minute chart. Let's look at yesterday's game plan. All right, this would be yesterday's game plan. Okay, just to remember, just a refresher. Okay, it was over 594.88 was a bullish entry if you had the right candle. Okay, we had a red candle. That's a no entry. All right, and the next candle was a wick. All right, well, let's try this 10-minute. Red candle, next candle was a wick, so we had no dice there. All right, so no green entry on the top side. But look, you had an entry down here on the bottom side. Okay, so it was below here, below 585 was an entry to the downside. So you can see here's price closing out a candle right here. So where was your entry? Right there. And if you traded the game plan, you should have made money taking profits right into this dip, right into 580. All right, so there's the game plan. Hey, the game plan works. All right, it just works. You got red erasing green. So let's just draw in some boxes so we can see how this red erases green works. All right, so first box, let's start out with a green box. Price rallies from this low up to this high, right? Red box. Price travels from the high, try it again, all the way down to this low. All right? Red erases green. See that? It engulfs the green. So underneath these wicks, these tails down here, I count the price action. If you compress these two candles together, you get a wick, a tail down here. Okay, so when you compress the price action down here, you get tails. I like to start my entry right after the body of the candle. And you can see right there, 585. All right, you had a nice $5 ride all the way down to 579.90. Right down to 580. Anyways, that's a $5 ride. If you got 10 contracts, that was $5,000. All right, 10 contracts should have yielded you $5,000. Getting in here, let's call it 3,500. Just to be conservative. Let's say you got a lousy entry. All right, let's say you didn't know it was the bottom, or 580 was the number. Okay, but anyway, let's say you could have got 3,500 right there, just on the game plan. All right, see, the game plan works. All right, there's the game plan, works again. All right, let's take a look at QQQ game plan. I don't think I have QQQ game plan set up. Maybe I can find it. Let's see what we can find here. Let's trash that out. All right, let's go look at the QQQ game plan. If we can find it from yesterday, that's not the one. And QQQ game plan right here. All right, this is yesterday's QQQ game plan. All right, so you can see below 498.82, okay, was the bearish entry for the QQQ game plan. 498.82. Let's go take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ right here, 498.82. Again, same thing. All right. There's your entry, and what did you get? You got 498, clear down to 494. Let's just say you saw the bullish engulfing. Let's say you got 495. So there's a $3 drop right there. That should have yielded you at least a couple $1,000 if you had 10 contracts holding into that. So there's between the QQQ game plan and the SPY game plan, all right, you could have got, well, pretty close to 5K just yesterday, just trading the game plan, all right? And, okay, not in addition to that, there was an even better entry where green, excuse me, where red erases green right here. Let's pull out the boxes one more time. Start with the green box. Okay, you had this in SPY too. Okay, price bounces up to this high. All right. And you could have even got an even better entry up here. And then you got red erases the green. Right there. Red erases green. Right there. Okay, same thing happened in SPY. Okay, you could have been rewarded really nicely. All you had to do was follow the game plan. Game plan works. All right, so there you go. Red erases green or green erases red. So there you are with QQQ game plan. QQQ game plan works. SPY game plan works. I post them up here in the chat room for traders to trade every single morning. All right. Take a good look at those. You should be ready for those. Have your option ready to trigger in as soon as price crosses, reaches the threshold where you want to enter. All right. So there's QQQ. All right. So let's take a look at the daily chart. All right. For QQQ. And you'll see the same thing as SPY. Again, it's an outside day. Higher high, lower low. Bearish engulfing. You see the body engulfs yesterday's body. Okay, bearish engulfing. All right, higher high, lower low, closing under the trap, under the falling 17 EMA. Okay, here's the low below the 17. We got a lower low QQQ in a downtrend right there. Okay, so QQQ, SPY in downtrends. FNGU. All right, same thing happened here. All right, outside day, higher high, lower low, closing, bearish engulfing, closing under the bearish trap. See the space between the falling 3 and the falling 8. You got some space there. All right, price action, closing below the trap, below the falling 17. All right, FNGU, which is now called FNGA, all right, just so you know that up here, FNGA, all right, in a downtrend, all right, closing under the trap under the falling 17. Okay, let's take a look at the next one, Diamond Dow. Again, bearish engulfing, outside day, closed down here, below the trap, below the falling 17, approaching the uptrend line, okay? Let's take a look and see where we are with this. Up here, we were bullish. This morning, not so much. All right. Up here, we were bullish in the upper third. Here's our quadrants. Up here in quadrant in the upper third, that's bullish. Right now, not so much. Let's take a look at FNGU. Okay, you can see FNGU not in the upper third. All right. See FNGU underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, underneath the uptrend line, no longer in the upper third, no longer in the upper quadrant. Price action moved up, gave it up, all right? So it's just neutral right through here, all right? FNGA, just neutral, all right? Diamond Dow, we'll revisit it, okay? Still bullish, okay? In the upper third, still bullish. All right, not as much as being in the upper quadrant, but still bullish up here in the upper third. Okay, let's take a look at SPY. Make sure we know where we're at. Okay, you can see here's that August low, anchored VWAP, and we're going to spike it real hard today. Looks like it. All right, so there's SPY, still in the upper third, so that's still bullish. Let me just say, below this point right here, weekly uptrend could fall apart. There'll be a battle here, all right around 574, 576. Expect a good sized battle. A lot of whippy price action right through there. We'll see. All right, so there's a daily chart for SPY. Still bullish up here in the upper third. Let's look at QQQ. And QQQ no longer bullish. Okay, we were bullish here a couple days ago. Look at this big red candle. We're no longer in the upper third. All right, so we're just neutral. Again, moving up, giving it up. All right, let's take a look at IWM. IWM is bearish. All right, they're in the lower third. Okay, lower third, that's bearish for IWM in the lower third. All right, see, they're no longer, they moved up and they gave it up. So now they're bearish, all right, no longer at the midpoint. Bearish on IWM. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. T2122. Well, we had a nice beginning of the day because, look, we made this higher low. And we opened up right up here in the buy zone, and things were looking, actually blue skies. Everything was looking good. You know, the waves were crashing on the beach. There's no wind in the air. It was really nice, really, really nice. And then we made this higher low, and that wasn't looking too bad either. Okay, but we sure fell a long way out of the buy zone. Then we made a lower high. Now it's not looking too pretty. Then we made a lower low, all right? Now it's starting to suck, all right? And then we made a lower high again, all right? Now things are falling apart, all right? And then we make an even lower low, and we do a full circle from the sell zone to the buy zone. And guess what? Right back to the sell zone, all right? So just a rapid decline in performance there for T2122. We were there for a microsecond, okay? If you blinked, you missed it. All right, so there's T2122. This is T2123. You can see a little bit of buying at the beginning of the day. We're up over yesterday's close, all right, the day before its close. And then all of a sudden, it looks like the bears woke up from hibernation. I guess spring got opened early, and you can see they came out to play. All right, selling from right there, from hibernation ending right here, and then right into the close right there, T2123. 3-bar chart, you can see T2123 on the 15-minute underneath this falling 200 SMA, actually just kind of rolling over there. Okay, so underneath the 200, not so bullish, all right? That's really kind of bearish. Whole lot of red. You guys see all the red on the screen? That's a whole lot of red, all right? So there's no signs of bulls yet, all right? I don't see any bulls yet. And I got a feeling they're going to show up right around 575. I think they're going to want to defend that weekly uptrend. We'll see what happens. T2123. 3-bar chart. All right. So here's the 3-bar chart. Caught underneath this fading 200 SMA here. All right. Ever since we got close, there seems to be some kind of force field. Has pushed price all the way back down to a prior all-time high. All right. So we're looking for maybe some follow-through right back down here to test these lows. Again, we made a lower high. All right, see the lower high? Here's the last high. We made a lower high. So we failed to make a higher high. So now guess what happens? We got to go test the lows to see if they're going to hold again, all right? So here we go around in circles, right? Right down here. All right, probably going to come down and test this prior all-time high right here before we start going back up again. If that can hold, maybe a visit back up to these highs, maybe some consolidation, maybe some breakout. We'll see what happens, all right? So looking like we're coming all the way back down here to test this prior all-time high. That's T2123 3-bar chart. As you can see, 3 more red candle bars. Nothing, no signs of bulls yet, all right? FNGU, all right, for the price action for the third. So we just kind of, FNGU kind of holding its own right here, all right? And then the bears woke up, you know, cease hibernation, all right? and they came out to play, and they pushed price down. All right. Again, price action caught under FNGA. I keep saying FNGU. All right, caught underneath this falling 200 SMA. All right, so bears are out to play today. All right, this is the all-time high anchored VWAP, the pink line. You can see we're under the pink line. Nothing bullish happening yet. All right, so there's FNGA. Let's go take a look at a few sectors. First sector we'll look at. Let's take a look at IWM. All right, IWM on the daily chart. All right. Okay, start down here. IWM, outside bearish engulfing day all the way down here in the lower third. That's bearish. Okay, caught underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bearish. Okay, IWM, all right. Bearish already way down here in the morning. Okay, so IWM bearish at this time. Okay, they could turn it around. It could happen, all right, but right now we're bearish. IWM, all right, all the way down here at the bottom of the chart. Let's take this off of here. Got a lot of stuff we really don't need. Underneath this uptrend line right here, that's not good. All right, there's IWM. See the uptrend line? All I'm doing is stringing the bottoms together. All right, they need to recover this uptrend line. All right, there's IWM. All right, I think I did this one before. Let's check out XLE. XLE, big red, bearish engulfing. Neutral down here below the midpoint. Caught underneath downtrend line 1 and downtrend line 2 and the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, so neutral and actually on the bearish side of neutral, XLE. Let's take a look at UNG. All right, UNG, a little different going on here, okay. UNG up here in quadrant 4, all right, that's bullish. Up over 12-month high anchored VWAP, that's a pink line. Up here in quadrant 4, that's bullish. Looking like this tweezer top, double top, kind of providing some support here for the price action. Nice big ripping day yesterday. Higher low, higher high. Closing over a trap over the 17. Nice work on UNG. Let's take a look at USO. USO not as pretty as UNG. USO bearish engulfing, higher high, lower low, outside day, closing below the bearish trap, below the 17. That's in a downtrend, by the way. All right, below the 17. All right. Just falling apart here on USO. I see some support, possible support. All right, we got a multi-month, like a 6-month uptrend right here. And then, of course, we got a 3-year high anchored VWAP. So right inside this notch right there, see where the two lines meet, okay? I think they got a date. I got to tell you, I think we're going to hit it today. Okay, 72.50 right there. Now, if the bulls step in here, that'll be a nice time to buy right off of support. Okay, but you got to wait for the bulls to step in. All right? You want to nibble a little bit, I get it, okay? But wait for the bulls to step in. They might want to go lower. They might want to test all these lows right through here. See, from this low, all these tails that stick down here, you compress. See, you compress that green candle and the red candle, you get a tail. You compress all of that price action, you get another tail. All right, all these tails down here. Okay, so there will be some excellent buying opportunities right around 69 and 70. All right, right in through. This is where buyers showed up before, right there. All right, so pull back into that area would be a really nice value. We just got to see bulls step in. All right, you can see we're already down there. We need to see bulls step in. Nice 15-minute uptrend would be nice. All right, that would be a sign of the bulls stepping in. Just saying, we may spike the notch down to this area where the bulls stepped in before. All right, that would be just look for those bulls to step in down here. We'll see what happens. All right, there's USO. Let's take a look at precious metals. Let's take a look at GLD. All right, GLD, yesterday's candle. Oh, it's this one down here. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the 17, but up in quadrant 4, that's bullish over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, also bullish. So GLD, bullish. Silver. All right, silver, same deal. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. Making contact with minor support right through here. Little minor support right along the top of those wicks. Right there. You can see if I stretch that over, you can see bull stepping in right there with the green candle. Okay, so price action. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. All right, so just neutral here. Okay, why is it just neutral? Because they keep moving up and giving it up. They need to get up and hold this area or continue going higher. Either one works for me. I like to see put in a foundation which helps provide some support for future price dips. All right, so there's SLV on the daily chart. All right, still in an uptrend, believe it or not, even with all of these 8 days pulling back. Okay, they'd have to break this low right here in order to negate the uptrend. All right, still in an uptrend, just not moving up, still in an uptrend. So you call it an uptrend, and they're kind of sleeping or taking a rest. All right, filling up on spinach and Gatorade. All right, so there's silver. So we did the energy sector. We did some precious metals. Let's take a look at the SMH. All right, SMH, not pretty at all, down in the lower third. That's bearish. Again, bearish engulfing candle, outside day, higher high, lower low, closing underneath the bearish trap, underneath the 17, underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. It's bearish. All right, let's take a look at XLK. XLK just neutral. All right, SMH was bearish because it closed in the lower third. SMH neutral because it's not in the upper third, not in the lower third. SMH just neutral right here. Again, moving up. They held the higher ground. All right, they did ink out a new all-time high by pennies about 10 days ago right here on the 19th of February. All right. So you can see on the 19th, they made a new all-time high. Today, they're back here at the midpoint. All right, XLK, just neutral. Underneath this prior all-time high anchored VWAP and underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's the pink line. All right, let's take a look at XLF. Guess what XLF did yesterday? This is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. New all-time high while the market was having a meltdown. Okay, the XLF, all right, made a new all-time high. That's higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. New all-time high for XLF. All right, I would have never thought anything would be making new all-time highs yesterday. All right, but XLF did. All right, in a nice bull flag up in quadrant 4. That is bullish. Let's take a look at IYT. All right, IYT, just neutral. All right, again, outside day, bearish engulfing. All right, closing below the bearish trap, below the falling 17, below the all-time high anchored VWAP. Just neutral here on IYT. Again, if they get into the lower third, that's bearish. If they can regain the upper third, that would be bullish. Right now, they are in between the two thirds. They're just neutral. Again, you can see they go up. All right, they go up. They go up, and then they give it up. All right? The whole trick is to go up, hold the higher ground. Go up and hold the higher ground. If you go up and give it up, that's just neutral. and you go up and you give it up, that's just neutral. Okay? If you go up and give it up and then more, that's bearish. All right? And some of those ones that are in quadrant 3 in the lower third, that's what happened. They went up, gave it up, and more. So that's bearish. That's why they're in the lower third, all right? And that's why they got a bearish outlook, all right? Because they gave it up and more, all right? This is bullish. This is neutral, going up and giving it up. That's just neutral, all right? Going up, giving it up and more, that's bearish, all right? So there's S, there's IYT. Let's go take a look at the economic package, and we can try to wrap this day up. All right, the main event this week. Hey, let's go take a look. All right, let's take a look at the dollar first. The dollar is doing us favors. We are now on minor support again. All right, I would like to see the dollar crash through this tail right here. All right, I'd like to see them break minor support. That would be nice for a bullish rally. All right, we just need to, get these tariffs in line, and I think we could see a bullish rally breaking the minor support here. All right, we got minor support because you got two peaks. You got a peak here and a peak there. That's providing minor support at this time. All right, so we break through the minor support, all right, and guess what? Then we got, there's nothing supporting price until you get to the next support structure. All right, so I'd like to see us break down, and they're doing a good job this morning. Okay, you can see here, lower high, lower low. See the lower low right here? There's a high, and then they made a lower low. All right, that's beautiful. All right, yesterday they closed 106.53, 55, 57, right in this area right here. And you can see price action, again, right on top of minor support. So we'll see what happens. Because a weak dollar helps sell our goods overseas and to foreign nations. So U.S. dollar in a downtrend. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. All right, let's take a look at max pain for today is 588 for the SPY. 588. We have a little over 3/4 of one put to each call. That expires today. All right, not much of a put squeeze happening today. On the economic calendar, yesterday we had PMI manufacturing final at 9:45, ISM at 10, construction spending at 10. Other than that, it was a light day. Okay, this morning we got motor vehicle sales. They usually come out at 7. They didn't give a time. Treasury buyback announcement. And you can see light day, nothing's happening today. So whatever direction we headed off into Monday will probably be a continuation of it today. On Wednesday, that's tomorrow. MBA mortgage applications at 7. ADP employment report, 8:15. That's not going to look good with government layoffs. I don't know. We'll see, all right? I think the unemployment, the jobless claims, I don't think that's going to be pretty. I don't know if that's even going to register for that data release right there. In other words, all of the layoffs that came from the government, I don't know if they'll be on this one right here, this jobless claims. Anyways, back to tomorrow morning. PMI composite final 9:45 factory orders, 10 o'clock ISM services index at 10, petroleum report at 10:30, and the beige book comes out at 2. Thursday, international trading goods and services, 8:30, jobless claims. We'll see if those government layoffs start getting reported. 8:30 on Thursday, productivity and cost, 8:30, gas report at 10, and that's it right there, okay? All right, big day on Friday. Mr. Powell's going to speak. I don't know if he's testifying. I don't know if he's speaking to us or if he's just got a speaking engagement, all right? So he speaks at 12:30. Got a rig count at 1, and we got the employment situation at 8:30 in the morning, all right? So we'll see. I think that's non-farm payrolls at 8:30, all right? So the main event's probably going to be Mr. Powell speaking, and keep an eye on that employment situation. All right. Got a lot of layoffs coming due. Not going to be good. Powell speaks on Friday at 12:30. All right. For earnings. All right. We got some big boys reporting this week. CrowdStrike reports tonight. All right. That's $95 billion. Okay. That's not the big one I'm talking about. But you can see some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. Wednesday. I'm waiting for it. Again, familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. Marvell's going to report. All right. Thursday in the evening, Broadcom and Costco. Costco's retail. Broadcom is tech. All right. Not only is it tech, but it's also in the FNGA. All right. It's a heavyweight in the SPY and QQQ. It is very capable of moving the market. So that's 934 billion. All right. That's almost $1 trillion. It's going to report on Thursday evening. Costco, 465 billion. They're going to report alongside Broadcom. All right. And again, some more familiar names. You can see Kroger. All right. JD.com, Hewlett Packard. All right. Familiar names. Nothing that's going to move the market like big tech, Broadcom. For Friday. I guess we'll wait for Friday. All right. Looking like the internet's kind of stalling here. All right, traders, that's it. I'll be back at 9:15 and we'll open up the markets. All right. We'll see what happens here.